Father, Lord, we come to you tonight in this setting, and Father, we ask that you would guide the way that we communicate with each other, the way that we carry ourselves. Father, Lord, I just pray that you would guide the thought process that goes behind every single decision that's made in this room tonight, that's discussed in this room tonight. Father, Lord, I pray on a grander scheme, God, Lord, that we would think about our decisions in the way that they glorify you every single day, every single second, that we have breath in our lungs that you give us, that we would decide to follow after you and to live in the way that you have called us to. And I pray all that in your Son's name. Amen.
We don't stay just for a second. Over the weekend, we lost a dear friend from the county, and Frank Merrick. He worked for the Sheriff's Department, and he passed away over the weekend. And I'd like to have Josh say a prayer for him and his family. If you would do that real quick.
Father, Lord, I just pray right now over a family who is grieving, having a loss, and they're in that state, God, of grieving. And Lord, the book of Ecclesiastes says there's a time for everything. Lord, I pray that through this grieving process they have closure. But more importantly, God, I pray that you give them peace that surpasses all understanding. Your word says that we can have that in the midst of chaotic circumstances, that the Holy Spirit that lives within us can give us peace that surpasses all understanding. God, I pray for Frank's family right now. I pray that blessing over them, that they would have peace even in the midst of chaos. Because we stand on solid foundation, solid rock, that is Jesus Christ, and the fact that he died on the cross. But more importantly, he rose from the grave. And if we have believed in him, one day we will as well. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
For this meeting of the council, we pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That roll call, please.
Ashley Brinker. Here. Krista Hewitt. Here. Jim Hendy.
Here.
Eric Brockman.
Present.
Clay Prepper.
Present.
Ron Maddox.
Here. All right, we have a motion for approval of agenda. I'll move. Second. Ron and Clay. Do it first by Ron, second by Clay. All in favor?
I would just remind everyone that this is a special meeting, so we do have to keep it within the confines of the agenda. The limited portion of the agenda tonight is the second reading of the following ordinance number 861-2019, an ordinance of the City of Dry Ridge, Grant County, Kentucky, creating the non-elected city official of city administrator and amending the Dry Ridge case stand to include the position of city administrator. By summary, this is a position that we are requesting to be added, which I'm going to just briefly read the position summary because I think that best summarizes the ordinance. Under the direction of the mayor, directs to supervise all department heads and employees in the efficient delivery of municipal services, establish and maintain an organizational structure of offices, departments, positions, and units within the city in the interest of efficient, effective, and economical conduct of the city's business. Plan, organize, coordinate, and direct economic development activities of the city, development and implement long-range strategies to ensure the economic health and vitality of the city, coordinate with other city departments to ensure long-term quality economic growth in the city, acts as a liaison with state and federal agencies in obtaining grants, oversees and manages the building and zoning codes and nuisance performance activity of the city. This is a second reading and would require a roll call vote after a motion is made.
Do I have a motion on this ordinance? Second. First by Clay, second by Carissa. Do you have a roll call, please?
You can ask for discussion.
Discussion first.
Just on the whereas, so, if that's supposed to be says, not.
That would be my issue. So where is that? Let me see.
The first one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, were there any other changes that you...
That's all.
So Clay, would you make your motion to approve this ordinance with the correction of adding the S to do in the first four A's?
Make a motion as amended.
Second by Carissa. Any other discussions?
I'm still just a little confused. On the roll, I mean, last year we brought the mayor's salary up because they added functions that are due to the position. And now we're looking at adding another position on top of that. It just doesn't, it seems like, personally, it's going to be a waste. Because sooner or later, Ken's going to be overwhelmed. There's no way he can do everything that's there to do. So we're going to have the possibility of paying between the mayor and the city administrator to do basically what the mayor's wants. Well, at some point, I'm saying that's a possibility. That pay rate goes to $70,000.
That's what he's already.
I'm just.
Classification as
I understand that. What I'm saying is that is the possibility of where it could go, and then on top of that, you have a mayor's salary that was moved up from its previous to what it is today because of the added responsibility.
He's going to be doing the code enforcement and things like that, so I mean, it's not like he's getting paid for nothing.
I don't think we're getting paid for nothing. I'm just making the statement that when this was set up, I mean, when we passed the pay rate last year, that was the biggest thing. I'll be upfront. I said the mayor should be paid in the range of $40,000. I got knocked down to 28 because nobody seemed to realize, think that it was that much of a responsibility. Now we're going to have two people doing the job.
I mean, we were paying somebody to do code enforcement and all that other stuff that, in my opinion, wasn't really getting taken care of as it should have been. So, I mean, he's going to be taking care of that. He's going to be taking care of other things. So,
at some point.
So we're losing that salary of the IT code enforcement person. So that didn't.
I'm just saying, at some point, we're going to have to add another person because there's no way that one person can do between the sewer and everything that's in the city administrator's position. Okay. It's not going to, you just can't do that much.
My concern is that as Ordinance 861 is wrote, this is a pay grade of 113. That position is a pay grade of a minimum of $43,293 to a maximum of $71,434. This is taken from Ordinance 796-2015. As things stand right now, in the position that Ken Little is in, he is actually coded at a grade of 113, and that's $39,268 or $68 up to $64,792. The workload that the sewer department has on top of the workload that this new ordinance is creating potentially also created a ton of overtime. And I know that we mentioned earlier that there wasn't going to be overtime. I don't see, personally, from a professional standpoint, how that would be avoided. I also know, too, just from the research that I've done on the city administration position, other cities that have this position, the requirement is a minimum of a bachelor's degree, preferably a master's. And so, qualification-wise, where are we at on that? I'm not fully understanding the qualifications there. But then I'm also looking too, with my research that I've just been doing, the duties of this position very much mimic the duties of the mayoral position of the mayor. And we're paying our mayor as of right now, we're getting paid $26,000, and then there's 6 of us on council getting $3,000 each. And so the type of duties that are being asked of in this position, I feel like we have the staff in place to cover that. The large cities that have a city administrator would be places like Newport and Louisville Metro, Lexington, Fayette. I mean, we can't afford to pay a police officer right now, and I know that there's not a price increase right now, but there's obviously the potential that that could happen in this position. And I'm not comfortable asking our citizens to potentially put in a new position to pay about that amount of money potentially when we have a mayor that, I mean, job title-wise, everything's very similar. I know it's mentioned that we had this position before. What year was that? Who was it?
I'm not aware of whoever filled it. I know that it was at one point in the ordinance, and it was taken out. It may have been 40 years ago that we filled the position. I have no idea if there ever was someone in the position, but I know at some point it was removed from the ordinance, which is why we need to create the position.
So we've not had somebody actually hold that position up until now?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone in this room would know. I don't believe, I mean, I know that, I don't think Clay had anyone in that position, and I don't think Bill Call had anyone in that position.
I know under Norman Ferguson, there was not anybody in that position either, and that would have been the early 90s to late 90s.
Yes, I don't know.
I just think for our population, I mean, we're a city with a population of less than 3,000. Is there that much going on that we need?
Didn't Bobby used to kind of do the code enforcement? Bobby Robbins used to do it.
Bobby Robbins did the code enforcement.
Bobby didn't do it. That portion of it's one thing. It's everything else that's added on to it. That is my concern.
You see, it's under the direction of the mayor, so Greg is still going to be the mayor. He's still going to be the one that makes the decisions. If somebody has a question or whatever, Ken will be here if he can answer the question related with that.
Any other discussion?
I received an email today that asked for the ability for the public to speak. I don't know what your all's feelings is.
I mean, my position, and I don't, we didn't address that on the agenda, so I think we have to limit ourselves to the agenda now. And, you know, if the public is speaking on this issue, and a majority of council would want to amend the agenda to allow the public to speak on this limited issue, I certainly think that would be appropriate, but I think it would take a majority of council to amend the agenda to allow the limited discussion of this item. So right now we have a motion and a second. We can continue with that vote, or if you want to make a motion to table the motion, I mean, we don't have to get that formal, but if you want to make a motion to see if there is interest among the council to have citizens speak.
I'm just making a statement that I think everybody received the email today. I don't know that person here in the chambers, but yeah, I'm just
there was
I
a
brought it
request
up.
from his family if they was unable to attend tonight. I'll
Oh.
Now, this position just be till July, and then after July, if he reappointed or somebody else, is that right?
Ken's not doing the job yet. That's for roll call then.
And we're voting on the actual ordinance, is this
Yes.
accurate?
As amended, adding an S to the dough.
Okay. Ashley?
No.
Carissa? Yes. Jim?
Yes.
Eric?
Yes.
Clay?
No.
Ron?
No.
You have a 3-3 vote.
Wait for time.
I think the time is a yes.
Just need a motion.
Second. I'm sorry, when we talk all at one time, I don't know who makes them.